What's up, y'all? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I'm down south 77, aka 3-Star Draw, and this here is an adult collector channel. An adult collector channel where I'm woefully behind on getting the review video done for the figure we're going to look at today. Disclaimer, I've had this figure since October 25th, but that was right around the time all of those Joes showed up. I was trying to get things for the Tuco Viper finished up, and then right in the beginning of November, more Joes showed up, and hadn't done a lot of reviews till all of that stuff kind of come in all at once, and I kind of got burnt out and I got lazy is really my only excuse. So October 25th here in Nashville, we had the Titans Toy Expo, which was a really good show. I recommend going to it next year. They have announced it's coming back. I'm really happy about that. A lot of smaller content creators, toy companies, although there were content creators there, and I guarantee I was probably the smallest. Anyway, smaller show, a lot of independent toy companies there, and not super crowded the day I was there. So I was able to walk around and talk to some of these people and actually got some interviews from them, whatnot. I do have a walk around from that show. I walked through. I'm going to put it at the end of the video because it definitely pertains to what we're looking at today. I got to meet Joshua Van Pelt, who is the CEO of Formo Toys, and Formo Toys produces the Legends of Dragonore figures, and I got Barbaro. I guess it depends on where you live. I'm going to say Barbaro. That's what we're going to go with here, Barbaro. Legends Dragonore line, very Masters of the Universe complementary line. They are constructed to be interchangeable with the Masters figures, but they are their own thing. We've seen several of those come about lately. A lot of stuff doing the pop and swap to be interchangeable with those. This is their property. So I did get to talk to them about it, and the video that I'm going to link through on the walkthrough, that is at the 12:25 mark. If you want to hear Joshua talk about Formo and what product they brought, very informative, super nice guy. Now, he did ask me after I'd come through and I'd talked to him a couple times, and I was there looking at the stuff again and got the interview with him. He asked me if I had a YouTube channel, and I said yes. He said, do you do toy reviews? I said, yeah, that's the main thing I do. I said, I mostly collect G.I. Joe Classified, but I collect a little bit of everything, and he gave me Barbaro to review. So full disclaimer, there's been a lot of stuff going around lately about content creators getting free product and becoming shills. Well, whatever. That was a milestone for me, that somebody that has like 500 and change subscribers and they just wanted to get more eyes on their product and get a review out. I was like, man, are you sure? It's like, yeah, we brought several of these to give out to people, and this is the kind of people that we want to give them to just to get some more eyes on the product. So full disclaimer, I did not pay for this. This was gifted, donated by Formo Toys, specifically for me to review, and that's part of why I feel so bad it's taken me so long to do it. So there that is. There you go. Was given to me, but been looking forward to getting this guy out. He looks really cool, and gonna give my honest opinion. I told him that, and I'll say what I think. He said that's what we want, so that's what I'm gonna do. Been long enough with the setup and the exposition. Let's get over here and take a look at Barbaro. Now, of course, I'm going to look at the packaging here. So, got this awesome dragon swooping down out of the heavens, out of the galaxy there. And he did have some of the dragons there in the video. Those are some of the more popular things in this line. The dragons have a pretty good following, I think, because they are in this scale. They're like this. They just got the really long necks. They look pretty sweet. So here we are. We got Barbaro here in the front. Accessory zone, except for got his axe back there in the back. I'm digging the axe. I love me some battle axes and some maces and melee weapons. Got a file card for him up here on the top. And then you get a cross sale of the other characters. I love the cartoon rock wall kind of castle wall. Got your shackle things built in there so you can chain somebody up. And this up here looks like a scroll that's being unfolded. I really like the presentation here. The artwork looks good. No issues at all. Very MOTU-esque Origins type packaging. But that's kind of, I mean, anything like this, I think that's what you'd expect. But you want good looking art on it, and all of the art here is. So there's all your legal stuff if you need to see that. All right, enough about that. Let's get this guy out. Got him off of that card. Now it does not have the collector card where you can slide it out like Mythic Legions. So I didn't want to tear it off and tear up the card because I do like to keep these cards. So I had to cut it off with the utility knife and all of that fun stuff. So here's a better look at the packaging with the figure removed, because the figure does block a whole lot of this. Look at that. I like the dragon with the, maybe that's breath coming out down there. Nice looking card. They don't just stop, with what the figure covers up. And you got this little green bubble that it does include two parts of the divine armor of power, which if you collect all the figures, you get all the pieces that you can put on him, or I guess maybe it fits other figures, but I know you can put it on Barbaro there. Him. So we'll set the card right over here. Do have some of my MOTU Powers of Grayskull or Turtles of Grayskull stuff out to give this guy some company. Nice protection there, getting this guy out. Oh man, I'm always so thankful when I don't have to pull a bunch of tape or cut a bunch of plastic ties. All fit in there nicely in the bubble. Get all that stuff out of the way here. As usual, we will look at the accessories first, and he has a battle axe. So let's look at the battle axe. Looks good, gold. Do have some damage here. You got a couple of nicks in it where he has actually been using this thing. I like this nice shiny gold. There's no paint wash or anything on it. These weapons in lines like this usually aren't super paint detailed, but as far as the design and the sculpt, I think it looks great. I love this gold. It's really nice looking color gold. And then the divine armor, I thought it was just pieces that you could clip onto him, but this is actually pieces that you replace. So you don't have to just have this sitting in a bag somewhere. You can just swap the arm, pop and swap to this arm, and he can use this. So if you're playing with this guy or whatever you're doing, and he finds part of it, he can put the power armor on as he's going along. So I think that's cool. It's not just stuff that clips on and you can't do anything with it till you have it all. Orange wrist guard, elbow pad. You got these little orange pieces up here. Look like I don't know, maybe wiring. I don't know, or maybe it's just decor. And then red, and then the armor underneath is nice blue tone, nice metallic tone. Got some kind of looks like Colossus, kind of what you would think of the way Colossus's armor is. I have to think they probably had the Colossus design in mind. Feels good. I don't feel any, like it's not rubbery. Doesn't feel like it's gonna break. Um, Hands are very hard to move the fingers on, but I guess that's better than them being super soft. And you don't, I complain with the classifieds when the hands are that way, but you don't have trigger fingers here. They've just got to be tight enough to hold that, which is what you want. So nice looking piece there. Wouldn't mind having all of the armor since that's what you're going to do, swap out parts for this guy. Now let's check him out himself. Frozen shoulder joints there, no problem getting those broken loose. Um, Leg joints or hip joints, no problem. Now, these guys are limited articulation. Of course, you don't have any elbow or knee or anything. No wrist. No. Hmm, okay, those do. I was going to say that looks like those are meant to swivel down there. So I think they would have to get this guy to stand up. So you do get an ankle swivel there at the top of the boots. The boots with them fur. So I'm just kind of taking it all in here. You have these fur-lined boots at the top, nice wrapped leather. They're not even complete boots. I don't know what you call these. They kind of look like Uggs. I saw a bunch of chicks at the grocery store wearing these yesterday. It's tan fur going down into the brown leather. You can see the sculpt on the feet. All of the toes look pretty good. Nice sculpt work. I mean, they look very good. Um, you can also move here. So, oh no, wasn't quite ready to start popping stuff off of him yet. Trying to get this broken free over here on this side. There we go. Just froze up. Not too worried about. I'd never do that to a G.I. Joe figure. I'd have broken that thing in 9 places just then. So you do get swivel at the wrists and at the top of the boots. It does have torso swivel. So let's go up and look at his wrist guards again. You got the fur, nice gold there that matches his belt, matches his crown there. Again, I'm all about the fur. He-Man just never had enough fur for me. Let's check out his loincloth piece there. This blue and this, looks like this shade of blue, just not with the metallic done to it. This silver or gold belt. I like that it's got the fur actually rolling over the top of it. That looks really good. It's a red gem. You got 2 pearl looking gems over here on the side, and then you do have gold circle going all the way around. Feels good. The plastic feels nice. I don't really see any paint issues anywhere with this guy. And there's our mark. That's an interesting place to put the make mark and the date, but okay, no big deal. You don't really see it. It's placed nicely so that the harness covers that up pretty well. And then you do get this chest piece that's going to be removable here with your strap. We've seen these before. These just loosening straps. You can unclip it here, undo it there. We'll do that in a minute, but we'll look at it while it's on him. Nice leather look. It looks really good. I mean, it actually does look like leather. I mean, again, it doesn't have the wash and stuff on it like a Four Horsemen Studios would have, but it isn't going for a Four Horsemen Studios look. Nice medallion in the front holding all this together. You get a couple more of the gold circular designs here on the side and underneath on this strap. Again, fur going around on the collar. And this is, see if this is, I think this is all made together, so this isn't a separate piece from the chest strap. And then, yeah, crown comes off. We'll just look at that right here. Pretty nice looking, kind of simple. I call it a crown. This may be, right now it's on the floor, so let me pick it up. There we go. Not a review unless you drop something. So I don't really think this is so much a crown. This is just like a lightweight battle helmet, I think. And you got some spikes here on the top. There's a couple of horns here. A couple more horns offset to it. And this is at a angle. Kind of like, looks like bull horns, steer horns. Again, some good sculpt work in this piece. You got this crisscross Charlie Brown sweater engraving there. And it did fit on pretty well. Didn't have any problem feeling like this is going to fall off if you don't want it to. So let's take a look at Barbaro's face. Man, he looks pretty good. No issues there. He's not quite pissed off, but he's getting there. Paint looks good. Hair looks good. Nice black hair. You can see back here he's got it pulled back with some kind of holder in it. So maybe the sides when it's down would come hang down over the front. And I'm really thinking as I'm looking at this Prince Adam, so they kind of took the idea of the page boy hair and pulled the sides back to give him this more of a rugged, manly looking appearance. Because, I mean, really, who would you want to be? So, I do like Adam's pink tunic, though. I've always liked it. Anyway, this guy looks really sweet. I didn't check out how he stands because sometimes some of these MOTU figures, for me, you really got to mess around with them to get them to stand. And because of the articulation, don't really have that with this guy. Seems like he's going to stand pretty well. I always want to start bending those knees and moving ankle rockers, but you don't have that there. So you've got to figure out other ways. I think you'll be able to get this guy into some cool poses for the limited articulation. So he's got, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10 points of articulation. All right. That's good because I was almost out of fingers to count that up on. So let's put his battle axe in his hand. Fits right in there. And of course, you're never going to get any kind of a two-handed swinging grip with these guys. It's one or nothing, but you can get it angled out like this, like he's getting ready to bring this thing down on somebody. Stands up pretty good. I'm happy with the balance of this figure, man. He looks good. Let's put his battle helmet crown back on him. Got him geared up, so he looks pretty fierce. Not cartoony, so he looks kind of like what the origins and the cartoon collections would look like if they were taken a little more serious, which I like because I like these figures. They've just always been, they're, I don't want to say silly. They're not silly. They're just always had this super duper cartoon look. And aside from the proportions, I mean, it's good to see a line that likes this style of figure and makes it a little more, I guess, a little more serious. So I'm going to pause it and I'm going to take off his armor here and see if we have any problems with that. No problems getting that off. Check out what he looks like without it. I think he looks even more ferocious without it. Kind of reminds me, I'm always going to go back to G.I. Joe stuff. He looks like Ramar from Mass Device. So no issues taking this off. Just those notches go through there. And then this one just snaps to like so. None of it feels flimsy. It all feels like good plastic. This isn't popping loose from the fur collar. So really good looking, well made stuff from what I see. I was really expecting maybe some paint nicks or something, or overspray or something maybe. And I don't really see anything at all. So he looks really good. So since we've already taken this right arm off, let's put on the divine armor on him and see how he looks with that. And boy, just having that one piece looks kind of looks a little wonky just having the one, I think. But you have to get more of them and kind of put them together. Now it looks a little better with him holding the axe. And I'm trying to see. Yep, there. I had to free that up. So you do have the forearm articulation with this piece too. So I think probably that, and then put this back on him. Let's check him out with this battle crown helmet on. If you want to get a look at him with that piece of the armor on, I kind of like that. I think that's a pretty good look for him. I might just set him on the shelf that way. So there is Barbaro from Legends of Dragonore by Formo Toys. So these guys are a little bit pricey, I think, but it is an independent company, so they are just starting up and they're doing things on a smaller scale. But if you want some MOTU Origins-esque stuff to complement your Origins line, I do think that you are the quality is there. Excuse me. The quality is there for these guys. If it's something that you like, you want to mix in, maybe bring this guy in from some other dimension to help He-Man fight Krang. You can do anything. It's fantasy, and they're doing so many mashups. Now let's see. I have this anti-Eternia He-Man, and of course he does have more articulation. Let's pop that arm off and see. Nope. Okay. Couldn't remember how the pegs were. So not on this one, because you have both. You have a male peg and then a male peg on the torso here. So not going to be compatible with that. which is probably good because that would have looked terrible. I just wanted to see if he could do it. And I don't really have enough. I'm guessing probably Adam's going to be the same because, yeah, so these are all made with that style. So not going to be compatible with these guys. And I don't know enough about the He-Man MOTU style lines to know which ones have that system with the peg on the torso and not in the forearm. So if you do, you know what will pop and swap with these guys because they are meant to do it. All right. I recommend picking these guys up if you want to support an independent company and mix these in with your Masters of the Universe stuff. The quality is there. No problems with the paint, plastic, everything feels good. I will have this guy over here on the shelf behind me. That is my mixed shelf with a little bit of everything. And I'll probably have him fighting. Looks like right now he's probably going to fight Baron Volagar from Mythic Legions. Anyway, that's the review, guys. I'll take a few pictures here, put on the end. Let me know what you think. And do you have any of the Formo toy stuff? Look for them at the shows. And I will see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw.